All right, so this is a '01 Chevrolet Silverado. It's a half-ton two-wheel drive, and we have a liquid line connection failure. All right, and so this is the part number 4194-18536. No one has a picture of it, so let's have a picture. Let's turn this thing around so that we can see what it looks like. Okay, because I googled it and I looked everywhere and nobody has it. This is an AC Delco part. All right, so that's what it looks like, and it replaces this little feller here. Now, when I took this apart to inspect the orifice tube, because it was totally dead, all right, and this shredder valve was blown out and leaked all the freon out. Okay, so I took it off, and these threads, this is a metal connector and this is an aluminum nut here, and it just totally removed the threads. All right, the threads are gone, can't put it back. So I've got it all apart. Need to replace this hard line. Okay, so this is the liquid line that comes from the condenser, all right, in the radiator. There it is right there. It goes down to there. Okay, that's where it goes. So we're going to replace this. It's totally trashed, and the type of orifice tube that it uses is a little different than the original one because it's a later model, I believe. The line is replacing the old one, yes, but it's a little different. So we'll have a look at that in a minute. All right, so I've got that lined up down there, and we'll tighten up that 10 millimeter. I've taken the air box and the bracket and all this junk out of the way. Now, as you can see, we're gonna have to adjust this a little bit after we get everything installed. So, I mean, when you get it, it's gonna be bent around and messed up a little bit. So you just kind of have to take your time. Okay, so we've got the new line installed. Got my vacuum pump hooked up to it, and we're working on a vacuum right now. Got my yellow jacket Titan 2 valve manifold hooked up. We're getting it pulled and seeing what's going on. There's my vacuum pump, 60 FM. All right, so if it fails the vacuum test, we'll pressurize it with a little bit of air and see if we can find our leak. Let's hope it's sealed up real nice. All right, so we pulled the vacuum on it for just a few minutes here. Let's see how it looks, if it holds. We'll see how it holds and see what we need to do next. If we need to pressurize it, I think that's as much as we could get in just 5 minutes of vacuuming. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so we set about 15 minutes and we lost about 1 PSI. So I'm gonna vacuum it again for about 25 minutes or so. Give it a good draw, vaporize all the water vapor, because that's what the procedure is. When you put a vacuum, the water boils and it comes out. So let's do that. That's what we're working on right now. We'll see how low we can go. Typically you get 28, okay? So we're really close to that. I don't expect it to be exactly 28, but it's close. Okay, so we've put a vacuum on it for about 30 minutes, and we had about, I don't know, 28, 29, somewhere close to 30. It's the vacuum. So we'll let it sit for a bit and see how it goes. All right, so we've been sitting for about 30 minutes, and we have a solid gauge. So we're just about ready to fill this thing with some Freon. Okay, so we've got an initial charge going here with just rolling in with a can. So we're gonna take it from there. We've got a good vacuum, and we'll see how things go. Let's get this thing. All right, so that's the pressures that we have. We're sitting at about 55 PSI on the low pressure side, and it's about 95 degrees here. And we're in Texas, so that's kind of how it goes. Alright, so we got it about 54 degrees, and that's pretty good for it being 95 degrees outside. So that's it. Y'all have a good day. Thank you.